rundown of what we expect in reproductive physiology. So we have male and female reproductive systems. These two systems are regulated by neuroendocrine control. So the physiology of the reproductive system is predominantly under the control of the nervous system and the endocrine system. So this is, so we are going to have this is what is called the hypothalamic gonadal, the hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis. So this goes to show that the hypothalamus controls the pituitary and now controls the gonads. So if we put it this way, hypothalamus, like some of us already know, as you'll be teaching me in a couple of weeks. She's excited about it. Are you excited about it?
Oh, I haven't considered that.
So what topic are you covering? What section are you covering? Also, yeah, I'm probably the right person, right? Cool. So, the hypothalamus produces what we call releasing hormones. Releasing hormones. Some people should be saying in their mind, let's man not discuss what I'm going to talk about. I think just keep it cool. Exactly, right? So, releasing hormones, which each releasing hormone targets a specific endocrine organ. So, this time around, we are dealing with the reproductive system. So, it's going to target the gonads. So, we have a gonadal releasing hormone. So, which is abbreviated gonadal releasing hormone, GnRH. So, this will now act on the pituitary, especially the anterior, to produce the gonadotrophins. Gonadotrophins, which in this case will be the FSH and LH. Each of these, let's put it in full since we are starting. So follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing FSH and LH. FSH and LH. So this will be produced in the anterior pituitary, and then this will now go to the gonads. These hormones will now go to the gonads. case will be the testes and the ovaries. So these hormones will act on this, and these ovaries will produce their sex cells. So we call it the sex cells, which will be the sperm cell and the egg cell. They may also engineer them to produce hormones. They will cause them to produce hormones. So the gonads, like the testes, will be acted upon by any of these two hormones, the same way like the ovaries will be acted upon. So we'll go in details when we start the lecture details. So these hormones are called steroid hormones. They are steroid hormones. Example will be testosterone. Let's say androgens. Androgens. Testosterone. Estrogen. So they are said to be steroidogenic. So these cells are what? These gonads are said to, because they can produce this, they are said to be steroidogenic. Yes. Steroidogenic cells. So the cells of the gonads are steroidogenic because of the capacity to produce this. So now within this is called the hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis. It's very important. Without this axis being operational, the male reproductive system and the female reproductive system will not work. So some time ago, one of my students asked me whether males produce FSH as well as LH. The students thinking in those days was that it's only females that produce FSH and LH. No, these are all produced as long as the animal has brain. As long as an animal has brain, the pituitary is part of the brain. So as long as an animal has a brain, it has the pituitary gland inside the brain. And that pituitary gland is divided into anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary. The anterior pituitary is the one that is responsible in this gonadal axis. So it produces the gonadotropes. Gonadotropins under the influence of the gonadotropin releasing hormones, which will now flow down through the blood, get to the testes or get to the ovary, and cause the ovary to do what it should do and the testes to do what it should do. So we are going to talk about that. So now, these stem cells and these egg cells you see, they are the main business of the day. So regardless of the physical features of the animal, what is important in reproduction is the viability of the sperm cell and the viability of the egg cell. So if we have a very a male animal that with wonderful traits in terms of growth,